Mary Lou Andre back for another edition of Beyond Dressing Well Live. We have another great program for you tonight. The main topic is 7 ways not to give up on your style. We thought it would be a great program to do in January as we're still harnessing all the power of the new year, all the energy of the new year. There's nothing like getting an extra dose of motivation to get in those closets, really set some intentions for your style. So we're going to get after that in a little bit. We also had a really new fun video put in the chat. If you're over on Facebook with Sarah, if you're over here on Zoom with me and Leah, put in the chat if you've been able to watch our 3-minute videos, our dressing well videos. We brought them back last week. We were having so much fun. Today's was winter wedding accessories. So I thought I would start by doing a little bit of show and tell on winter weddings, winter wedding style. A lot of people had a lot of questions, and that video is live. We put it in the group, but if you are interested in seeing them first, they go live at 12 noon over on Instagram. And I also wanted to thank all of you guys. Last week, we were just under 1K followers on Instagram. We have done it 100% organically. We've never bought a list. And we are now at 1,030. So you guys got it done for us. Thank you so much for following us, sharing that with your friends. A huge personal milestone, professional milestone for the firm, and you guys help us accomplish that. So thank you so much. And another couple of announcements again before we dive into our not one, but 2 topics tonight. We're going to do things a little bit differently. This is our first Zoom session of 2023. We are going to have a Q&A session. Q&A session at 7:30. So after the program, anybody here on Zoom, we're going to stop the live feed. You're going to be on with me and Sarah and I are going to facilitate a Q&A. It's been a while, and we'd love to do that. Anybody over on Facebook, Sarah will get the Zoom link, and we'll give you a minute to get over here. But if you'd like to join at 7:30 over on Zoom and join the Q&A, you can. Anyone that stays for the Q&A, we have 2 beautiful giveaways. These red leather bags, and they are packed with makeup from Neiman Marcus. We had an event in December, and we had extra goodie bags. So we thought, why not start the new year with some gifts as well? So that's happening at 7:30. We are also launching our first session of 90 Days to Stellar Style on Monday. That we've made some changes to that program. We are super excited to kick that off. And there are also several new ways to take that program. We're going to go deeper into that at 7:30, but the new enhanced 90 Day to Stellar Style experience includes our Dressing Well Method videos. We have some new downloads and handouts. We've re-energized the coaching calls. So there's a lot going on over there. If you're interested, definitely stay on the call. So I think those were my announcements. I'm looking at my little cheat sheet over here. I have my own cheat sheet. And remember, put cheat sheet in the Facebook comments or in the Zoom comments, and Sarah and Leah will get that out to you. So when I was preparing for the video, the 3-minute video, and we decided it was going to be winter wedding accessories. I had a wedding this weekend. That's what inspired it. So off to the mall I went to shop for myself and to shop for all of you. And I thought that I would just give you a couple of quick tips on what I found and what I saw at this beautiful wedding Saturday night. The bride, her mom's family is from Hawaii. There was a full-on Hawaiian dancing going on. The groom was from Canada. We sang the national Canadian anthem. That was super fun. But the young people, and to be around so much just beautiful energy, was just so inspiring for me. And I'll share with you what I saw everyone at the wedding wearing, including the bride. So over to the mall I went to get a new dress. And I want you to know I ended up wearing the dress I have on that's been in my closet for 100 years because it just always works. It's black velvet. I haven't gone to a winter wedding in many, many years. So I kind of was fixated on lace or velvet. So I ended up going with the velvet, and I just love how warm and cozy velvet is. So when I was at the mall, you guys know that I have been obsessed with green. So this hunter green, if you were on the show last week, is my new fave color. And I thought, oh, I want to get a hunter green dress. So this is designer. I don't even know what designer, but the darn thing just doesn't fit me. There's no stretch. Dresses are hard. I am definitely a different size on top than bottom. I have a bigger rib cage just from having twins. And this dress, as pretty as it is, was a dog. And I'm showing you all this because it's going to get into our ways not to give up on your style in a couple of moments. So there's a method to my madness here. Then I found this Ralph Lauren dress. And we have plenty of links that we're going to be sharing with you tonight. But this one actually fit me. It has a lot more stretch. That Ralph Lauren brand definitely is one that I can rely on to fit. But then when I got home, you know, I had this dress in the back of my, I always, by the way, that's another tip. When I go to buy something, I go through my closet first and get my placeholder. So I always have a placeholder so that if I'm going to buy something and I'm returning these, I just brought them for our show and tell tonight. I always have a backup plan. That's how you don't get into that shopping panic. You don't fall apart and you don't give up your style confidence, which is really a big piece of what the show is tonight. So then I was like, pretty sure I was going to be wearing this dress. It's a turtleneck. And again, it's really warm and it's designer. It's Proenza. I love it. I found this little white stole. Isn't that cute? This faux stole. And then I really love rhinestones this time of year. So what I do, and you guys that have been on the show for a while know our philosophy, when I get kind of set on my color or my style of accessories, I get my little acrylic tray. You can even do this with cookie sheets if you want, get any kind of tray. And I start putting all the, in this case, the rhinestones accessories that I have. And of course, this was my inspiration, was the button. This button doesn't unbutton, by the way, it's sewn on. So it was definitely part of the look. And then I found these really cool earrings. These were on the video. And you can just see how the button, the bracelet, this is my grandmother's. This is my grandmother's too. Sometimes I wear them, I double them up if I'm in the mood. But you just start to pull the look together. So I wanted to show you that. And then I just saw, I was actually, Sarah, thinking of your little Molly. This little faux, how could I leave this there? It was like $10. And I just thought, so cute. And I was just I was just shopping with the rhinestones and the faux fur in mind. So I wanted to show you that. And then, of course, footwear for weddings, right? And I can tell you what all these young people had on in a moment. But I thought, I love to walk in with a sophisticated shoe, and I like to walk out in comfort. And I had a girlfriend of mine that saw the video today. She sent me a picture. She had a long velvet dress on a wedding 2 weeks over, I think it was a New Year's Eve wedding. And she had on her really cute sparkly sneakers with it. So a lot of the young people did have, a lot of the guys had sneakers on. A lot of the young women were wearing really high. And Sarah and I always talk about this. I would say it was 50-50, the young women that had regular nylons on. And I was checking. And some of them had them on with sandals. Some of them had them on with the closed toe pumps. And then a lot of people had fishnets and really interesting hosiery. So I actually didn't wear any of these shoes. These were part of my show and tell for you, although I love these. If I was like the mother of the I'll be the mother of the groom, God willing. I would probably wear something like that. But what I ended up wearing are, again, I keep my wardrobe pretty pared down. I invest when I need to, but these are my Stuart Weitzman, Don't Owe Me a Nickel. But because the dress was knit and warm and velvety, I wore a pair of really warm tights. Also, my dress that I have on is a midi dress, so it goes all the way down. So you have a lot more wiggle room with shoes when the dress is longer. Makes sense, right? When it's shorter, you see more of the shoes and the legs. So a lot of the young women had on the midi dresses. I saw a lot of cutouts. I saw a lot of velvet, a lot of lace. And I just grabbed this when I was out shopping too, because this was another key color this year. And I did see a lot of sparkles. I saw a lot of lace and I saw a lot of velvet. And these young women were just so well dressed. And I saw a lot of interesting, oh, I didn't bring it down. I saw a lot of interesting pocketbooks. So that was kind of fun. So those are my tips on the wedding. I watched the video if you're more interested. Sarah's got a really beautiful post going up tomorrow. She has a client, one of the most beautiful pictures I've seen in a long time that Sarah's going to be posting. And of course, if you are somebody with a lot of weddings, a lot of folks that join us inside of that 90-day program, it's a wonderful way to get weddings put together. Somebody that is enrolling today that I talked to has a cruise coming up in March. And she said, can I really get that packed within the class? I said, absolutely. That's what we're here to do. The first step in that program is to fill out a really fun evaluation so that you get to dictate what the focus of that session is. And again, we do have several ways to take it this year. We're really excited about it, but just an example of the value to have somebody go through your closet with you and pull together these things and then say, the only thing you need is a new pair of shoes or a pair of flats to dance the night away. That's the beauty of that. So, congratulations to Cassandra and Julian, the bride and groom. They were absolutely ravishing. And another fun fact, this is actually funny. If Ann Keating's on the line, she was just going to laugh her head off. My mom's on the line, she's going to laugh. The bride and groom, my son Timothy lives in Washington, D.C. The bride and groom live in the same apartment building as my son. How weird. It is my friend, my husband's. It is the daughter of my husband's good high school friend. And my husband went to high school here in Massachusetts. So totally small world, made the wedding even better. But I just wanted to have a big shout out to Cassandra and Julian. You guys are just awesome. And I loved being at your wedding with you. So the next part of this program, and remember, we have a cheat sheet. Just put cheat sheet. I can never say that. Put cheat sheet in the chat over here on Zoom. Put cheat sheet over with Sarah and Facebook. But we're going to go through, and this is really, tonight is really a mindset class. I'm calling it a class. Maybe I'll call it a mini seminar. See how good I do in 20 minutes. And we do these every once in a while because it really allows us to help you guys bring it all back to center, really fall into our core philosophy. And what I'm going to share with you, these 7 tips are gold. They're what I use. They're the principles that guide me personally, and they are the principles that guide so much of the work that we do here. And and I got to tell you, when Sarah sent me the picture of her client this morning, we were in a meeting, and it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday. It just stopped me in my tracks, and I said to her, because I'm not going to lie, there's so much more business today, all this technology, and I just said to her, let us hold that up as why we do this work. The smile was just extraordinary. And the reason why this beautiful woman who turned to us, she was at her son's winter wedding, was because she really wanted a plan. So the first tip I want to share with you, and again, just listen, because Sarah can get you that tip sheet at the end. Believe that style can be taught. Believe that, like, debunk the myth or what somebody may have told you when you were 10, that style can either be, you're either born with it or you're not. That is just a myth. And that gets so many people tripped up. And I could tell you story after story of the energy and the joy when you unlock that really damaging myth from people's minds. I would not be in the business that I'm in if I didn't think this could be taught. You have to think of yourself like a professional contractor. He or she starts with a base, they understand size and proportion, and then they build a beautiful monument. And what you're doing is you're building a beautiful presence in the world. So put in the chat if one of your New Year's resolutions is to get rid of that once and for all. I hope that's one of the things that you take away tonight. I always say, My goal is 3 or 4 ideas. I really hope that you harness the energy of the new year, harness the energy of what we set to accomplish in this group, and really know that if you want to rock your style in 2023, you can. It's just slowing down to go fast, slowing down to get the fit right, slowing down to make good choices when you're going to a wedding, to work, to the gym, to meet a friend, whatever your life entails. Number 2, big concept. Understand more is not always better. Understand that more is not always better. If you went in your closet right now, I guarantee you could free yourself, and I don't say that lightly, free yourself from the mental energy, the physical energy of moving all this stuff. If you live in an area where there's a seasonal climate change, it's a lot of work. So getting rid of a lot of your stuff. When my book came out and I interviewed about 100 women that have gone through our process with us. And I said, what's the best thing that our company's done for you? 9 out of 10 of them said, you helped me get rid of things. You helped me appreciate. And I know I can speak to Sarah. Jen's not on the call tonight. Sarah will agree with me. When you really get rid of the stuff, all of a sudden you start finding these bracelets again. You start finding that little bag that you forgot you had that goes right out the door. You start saving time, money, and energy. Time, money, and energy. So maybe that's something that you take away from the program. Maybe that's a New Year's resolution. January is Get Organized month. Sarah has a great blog. She posted it on Saturday. I think she shared about 5 or 6 of our best closet organizing products. So get after it. And you got to do it when you're rested. You got to put some music on. You got to be hydrating. Don't put makeup on. Don't even make the bed. Just get in there and start saying, do I love it and I wear it? Yes, it stays. I never wore it. I never liked it. That goes, because that goes back to number 1. Like, part of anyone can be good at this, and anyone can be taught, is getting rid of the stuff that doesn't make you feel good. It's as easy as that. So again, if you are looking for a partnership in this journey, I can't say enough how great that 90-day program is. If you give yourself, and you can do this on your own too. We do have the self-study course now, $299. Sarah can put that link in the group, which comes with the videos, comes with the downloads. But if you really want to lock arms with a stylist, you want to be on the journey with some other women, have some really fun group coaching, and get this done. So much of this is mindset. So much of this is clearing your schedule and saying, darn it, I'm going to do this. And the woman that I talked to today who's joining the program, she's like, I'm back at work. Styles changed. I'm going to be working another 10 years. I got to figure this out. So, and she said, I really want to do more with what I have, but I know I have to get rid of a lot before I can see the joy in those pieces that I own that still work. Number 3, no pre-planning is key. That is huge. My little story I just told you, and I know I'm crazy, and I do go to I really didn't have to go to the mall because I had the dress and I had the shoes and I had the jewelry, but I went over there because I wanted to do the video, and I just love what I do. I love going to the mall. I love thinking about you guys. I love thinking about content. I love thinking about what are the 3 things that anybody can kind of take from those videos. So off I went, and I was in the dress department. That's where I found this little stole. And then I was running around. I think it sold out. Leah, our operations manager, has done a great job researching all these links for us. We didn't have the bandwidth to do it before for you, but even there was there was just so much stuff over there. It was so fun. So you just got to plan. When you get the invitation to the wedding, you get in your closet and you say, this is a really important wedding. I'm going to buy something new. I want to spend my money on a trip, not necessarily a whole new outfit for this wedding. Like, pre-plan it. I put some weight on since I went to my last wedding. That's why I love these stretch fabrics. The dress I have on, I can wear this between 5 and 8 pounds up or down, and it still looks good. So get in your closet and do some pre-planning. And we said it last week on the show, and I'll say it again. That's one of the things that I'm doing with all my clients, right? My personal clients, is what's on the calendar and where are your vacations? When do we have to start planning this? When do we have to shop? When do you not have to shop? It's all in the planning. Number 4 is embrace your shape. I'm going to say that one again. This is the ways not to give up on your style. When we're working with somebody and they say, I put on some weight, I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. We are going to make you look great right now. End of story. Because guess what happens when you start looking great right away? You feel better about yourself. You're motivated to take some pounds off, or you're just like, that's who I am. It's okay. I'm going to settle right in for a long winter, whatever. But saying that you can't have style because of your current weight, I could debunk that over and over and over and over again. And there are so many simple principles that you can learn to do to camouflage parts of your body, shape and size, and accentuate the things that you love about yourself in a way that makes the weight thing not the issue that you might think that it is if you're saying, I'm just giving up. Do not give up. The other thing is the clothing should fit you. You shouldn't have to fit the clothes. There are so many brands out there. I just showed you that Ralph Lauren is one of my secret weapons. Some other brands I'm thinking of, Chico's. I can take somebody into Chico's that's not super happy with their weight and put a black top, a black bottom, throw on some jazzy jewelry, put them in a shoe that makes them feel their personal best, maybe throw a shawl wrap on in a color that they love that does a little bit more for camouflaging, and they look like $1 million. This does not have to cost a lot of money. So get in that closet, see what fits. And if you don't have things that fit, make one of your to-dos is to buy. And another brilliant part of the 90-day process is we don't let you go until you have complete outfits. And we have a methodology within that program so that you can see the gaps, your stylist can see the gaps, and then your stylist actually does the shopping to fill in those gaps. It's brilliant. You get an email with the links. It's up to you to buy them. Some people buy them all. Some people in that program buy nothing. They just love it and say, oh my goodness, I have a pink sweater. Oh, wow, the earrings that Sarah just sent me, I've got a pair like that. And that's going to give me the elongated look that I'm after. Number 5 goes hand in hand with number 4. Number 4 is embrace your shape. Number 5 is commit to fit. So once you say, I'm embracing myself for who I am today, I've been on this planet a very long time, and this body has carried me for many years, and I need to accept it and honor it. Then you commit to fit. And if that's finding a new brand that works for you, if that means going to get a bra fitting, maybe that goes on your New Year's resolution, maybe some undergarments. It's all part of the plan to have you own your style instead of give up on your style. Number 6, think like an artist. And this is one of my favorite tips. And what I'm wearing tonight illustrates that perfectly. When you put on a dark canvas, almost anything that I throw on, from this stole to maybe a hot pink wrap, all the jewelry I just showed you, and this is another one of my favorite kind of, I love pearls and rhinestones. Like even if I put this collar on, it looks differently. So when you have that base, that's what I mean about thinking like an artist. An artist starts with a very basic canvas, and then they add. And that's what in the program we do a whole lesson on accessories. And our definition of accessories is very different than what you may have heard out there. We basically believe that 60% of your wardrobe should be accessories. And we have a very specific definition of what accessories are. So that's a really big piece of our methodology. And then the last one, and I think we're coming up on the clock. And again, we are going to jump, we're going to end the live stream right at 7:30 and then go into a Q&A over on Zoom. So if you are on Facebook and would like to be part, we're going to do it for about 15-20 minutes. If you guys want to go to 8 o'clock, I can. We don't usually do that, but I'm happy to. And we also have two really awesome giveaways. We've got these Neiman Marcus red leather bags, and they're stuffed with a whole bunch of cosmetics. Thank you, Neiman's. Thank you, Tiffany Bishop, our dear friend who always comes through for us on that front. So the last one, and this is the big one, coming up on 7:30, honor yourself always. I'm going to say it again. Honor who you are. That's style. It's not being someone that you're not. And if you're somebody that feels like you don't have the style that you want yet, because it can be taught, it can be shifted, it can be moved, it can be enhanced. All you got to do is honor who you are, put on a pair of shoes that makes your heart sing in a way that is authentic to you. Pay attention to fit, pay attention to fabric, have a core wardrobe that fits your lifestyle, fits your personality, you got to love it, and fits your body today. And that could shift as well. Great story. Many years ago, I was volunteering at Dress for Success, Boston. And one of the young women that I was working with said to me, because I do a lot of goal setting, aspirational thinking, like, who are you? What do you want? And she clearly had a path. She was educated. She had just had some stuff happen in her life, young single mom, and she wanted to get back in the workforce. And she said, I said, what will happen in your life to signify that you've really improved and you're really going in the right direction? She said, when I can go into Nordstrom and buy a whole new wardrobe. So I said, you get yourself into Nordstrom and you try everything on and you look at yourself in the mirror and you believe that that's what you're going to be, and it will happen. So much is honoring the journey, honoring yourself, honoring your current weight, your current lifestyle, your current budget, making decisions for yourself that work for you. You can get help. You can try to do it on your own, but it's all slowing down, getting clear, planning, and then going baby steps if you need to, super fast if you're someone that can do that. But to go back, and again, cheat sheet in the chat, and we'll send you this list. I'm super proud of this list. It's been, every time I do the show, I tweak it. But we first started with this list about a year ago, and I looked at it today, and I think I tweaked it about 3 times since it was written. And today, I think I changed one word. So this is our kind of signature list. It's a great message for the new year. I hope 1, 2, 3, maybe all 7 of the ideas resonated with you. But I promise you that style can be taught. It just is a matter of clearing your schedule, scheduling time for yourself in your closet, and then building things up, repurposing things, making a list, making some time. And you too should not have to give up on your style. All right, so that is our program for tonight. Next week, we're going to be on break. It's a short week. It's my husband's 60th birthday this weekend. So we are having, we'll be celebrating with him this weekend. And last year for his birthday, we were in Miami at the Patriots game. So I thought I did a really nice show called From the Streets of Miami. I think it was our 2nd highest views last year. So it's a great program. I did a whole show and tell on warm weather attire that I saw in Miami, and it's still very relevant. So we're going to play that next. We always have a program on Sunday nights, but we're going to play that. It's a short week next week, and then we'll be back in 2 weeks with a brand new show. All right, so have a great rest of the night Wednesday. Those of you that want to stay over here on Zoom with me and Sarah, you are more than happy. We are more than happy to have you. And we're going to go 10, 15, 20 minutes, and we're going to turn the camera off and just have a conversation. All right, so bye to everybody over on Facebook. I'll see you again soon.